The trauma suite at KGH is remarkable because of its new age advancements that are used at the highest level for trauma care. So I came from a hospital in Vancouver, and when I was here and walking through the department in the first time I came through, I was floored with what existed at KGH in the trauma suite. I think actually what the trauma suite did to enhance the emergency department care for trauma patients is it was part of a process that overall improved trauma care. The suite itself was kind of the touch point that began a whole series of steps started by Dr. Paul Linden, a member of our department, that improved overall trauma care within the emergency department.
Well, it's a day I don't think any of us that were involved will ever forget the rest of our lives. And I knew I was doing this interview, and I was trying to think of a bigger case or a better save, as we say in the emergency medicine business. I can't think of one.
I was out ATVing at Apex, just a normal day with my friends, and we went over a bump and a tree came up and impaled through my stomach. When the tree impaled me, it went through the middle of my stomach and came out the left part of my back. It broke my spleen and they had to have it removed. It broke 4 of my ribs, and it was 2 centimeters away from my heart.
So search and rescue, the first responders deserve an awful lot of credit because they arrived at the scene, the helicopter, they winched the ATV off Marissa, but she was still stuck on this tree. And then the flight paramedics went to rescue her on the mountain, and they might deserve the most credit. They were very heroic. We had Marissa in the Fipke trauma room, and I went to speak to her. I mentioned her name and she opened her eyes. And that was actually a little spooky because I wasn't expecting that. And it was one of those cases that I've only had a handful of times in my 21-year career where, you know, they brought Marissa in and we took back the blankets and you see a tree in a person. And it turns out this is a 14-year-old girl, not a 17-year-old. And that's pretty powerful stuff. So there was a moment of silence that you could have heard a pin drop. And then we thought, okay, let's get to work. And we did what we had to do, but none of us have ever had a case like this in our lives. I really question if she would have survived if we didn't have our trauma room with all the equipment and all the bells and whistles. And then she went to the hybrid OR where the miracles really do happen. I don't think a lot of us thought she was going to make it or survive, but we kept having more and more hope as the minutes went along. It's a miracle, quite frankly, that she's doing so well, and she's got her whole life ahead of her.
What do you say to somebody who, through really selfless philanthropy, has had a fantastic impact on healthcare and has saved lives? There's no question. Not only through the direct effect of the room and the equipment that he provided, but the ongoing medical education that he's provided to our learners, our students, and our residents who are going to continue on giving excellent medical care through their experience in that room and in turn continuing to save lives.